I'm Court.
I'm Kiah.
And we're the Backroad Cowgirls.
I'm family walking my family life.
I'm Court.
And I'm Kiah.
And we are the Backroad Cowgirls. Today we're hanging out at Hidden Valley Dairy. We're going to find out how these girls turn milk into this.
And I'm going to jump the gun and start eating some snacks, but we're going to meet the Nutcher family and they're going to show us all about how it's done. Bon appetit!
Bon appetit!
Let's do it. This is our milking parlor. It's a double 35 parallel. So we can milk at one time, we can actually milk 70 cows at once. Fourth generation dairy farmer. I grew up in Lodi, California. That's where my family, we started dairying over there. So I just always loved the dairy industry. My mom and dad always said I had to find a dairy farmer because I love dairy farming so much. And then I met my husband at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and we got married in 2013. And then in November, moved to this location that we're at now. We've actually grown the herd. When we moved here, we were milking 1,250. Now we're milking close to 2,100. I'm fourth generation, he's also fourth, and we're raising the fifth right now. It's really a beautiful thing. Having your kids being raised around animals and seeing where their food comes from and so attached to it, and just like knowing how much hard work goes into where your food comes from just means a lot to me. We're in a partnership with my husband's mom and dad, so they get to work with their grandparents, see their grandparents every day. And it's just a beautiful thing being around family and working together and producing food for us and for other people.
What is your day-to-day on the farm? Are you in here in the milking barns? Are you walking? Are you doing all the things? What is your role here on this operation?
Yeah, so my role right now is I'm raising my kids right now. So that's my role. I'm raising the next generation. I also do the bookkeeping and the human resources side of the operation, so help my husband with that. And then I'm also part runner, going to get parts. My husband needs something. So, but yeah, my main focus is my kids. When our cows walk in, they actually get sprayed with like this disinfectant spray, and then we'll attach the machine. So how it works is that you hit this button, it'll start the suction, and then here we go, get that going. You just attach it on. So this inside here, there's actually air that's coming in. This is it's like a rubber liner. It's called an inflation. We call it an inflation. And so it's actually pumping air into here, and it's actually opening and closing this liner. So it's as if you're hand milking a cow. That's how the machine's working. So now it's like she's getting hand milked, and all the milk's coming out, going down into these pipes, and that'll go into a storage tank later. So at one time, our cows, they kind of give around average probably like 10 gallons of milk and stuff a day. So we have some cows that give more than that, some that give less than that. Our cows get milk twice a day, so they get milk at the same time in the morning, same time in the evening, always 12 hours apart from each other. If we are late by like even 20 minutes, they're like at the gate mooing, like they're like, what's going on? They have a total routine that they do, yeah. Okay, so if you want to hand milk a cow,
Yeah.
you just go, you stick your hand around, and you just squeeze down, and milk should come out. All of our milk goes to Hilmar Cheese, where they make mostly bulk cheeses. So we have mozzarella, cheddar, all different types of cheeses. And then they also do whey protein products. So it's all the powders that you might have in like like in a lot of candy bars or M&Ms, so there's always whey protein things, and they also make those powders. Of course, dairy is has a lot of misconceptions around dairy. I always say that I am not gonna sell a product in the grocery store that I wouldn't feed me or my family or my kids. On a dairy, it runs 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, there's no holidays. So I just think that there's a lot of hard work that goes into it. I just want people to know that it's from hardworking farm families. We're not huge corporations. I think 97% of California dairy farms are actually family owned and operated.
Erin, when it comes to the dairy industry, animal welfare is always a very hot topic. I want to ask you this as a multi-generational dairy farmer. What are some animal welfare things that you just wish people had a little better understanding of?
I wish people had an understanding that that we put a lot of time and effort and money and research into making our facilities as comfortable as possible for our animals. So a lot of our milking cow barns, they even have a water line that'll actually spray water on our cows, get them nice and cool. They have the fans. When it rains, cows don't want to be standing in the mud. They don't want to be out there. Ours are underneath the barn. They're in nice, clean bedding all the time. No farm runs the same. Every farm looks different. We have all the organic, conventional, but it doesn't mean one's good or bad. We all have one main goal, and that's to care for our animals. And we also work closely with our veterinarian. He's here weekly. We actually have a nutritionist that makes all of our diets for our cows. So they're
living a better life than Erin and I, is what she's trying to say.
They really do. I tell people, I'm like, our cows eat better than me. Their house is always clean. I'm like, they just have everything cared for them. So my dad was very, very big on telling people why and what we do. And my dad, he actually passed away 11 years ago. And so since then, I, of course, have stayed in the dairy business, but I've just had this passion to share, of course, what we do, and also just because I know he would be really proud of me doing it. And then I just really enjoy, because I would have a lot of friends that had no idea what we do. And so I think people actually have a lot of confidence and trust in farmers. So I think there's not as many, we're a small portion of the United States that are farming, so we need as many voices as we can, having a positive message and sharing the ins and outs of our operation in the dairy business.